Hey, a lot of people have asked like what my favorite animes are, so I figured why not make a video listing like my top 10. I have this little notebook where I sort of keep everything, a lot of lists and stuff, and I made back in December a list of my favorite animes, and since then they haven't changed, so I figured that it's worthwhile sharing them. Okay, number one being Shingeki no Kyojin, which is Attack on Titan, and that came out a few years ago. It's airing, or it just finished, this season just finished airing this summer. Highly recommend. It basically got me back into anime after not watching it for a really long time. And it's basically dystopian kind of themed, where there are these titans that they don't know where they're coming from and eating people. I don't want to give anything away, but the manga is apparently really good if you're not interested in the anime, and it's one of the most popular animes today. So that's my number one, just because it's so enticing, and the first episode just like makes you want to watch everything else. And I've been so tempted to read the manga just so I know what happens, but I don't want to spoil the anime, so I've been waiting. It's been a huge gap from the first season to the second season, but I think the second season was really good, and the first season was incredible. So that's my number one. My number one anime. Mangas are a completely different thing, but number two would have to be Naruto, just because it's like my childhood anime. I watched it, I must have been in like 5th grade, 4th grade when I started watching it, and the anime just ended, I believe. But it's basically the main character is Naruto, and it's his experience as a ninja, wanting to become Hokage, which is basically like president of his little town, country, and there's a lot that goes into it. I just really like the characters. I fell in love with the show as a whole, and I also read almost all the manga too, so it just shows to show. I never finished it. I know the manga ended a while back and the anime just ended, but a great show. So many episodes, that's one thing, but it's really good if you want something that's like a little bit funny, has like friendship as a big theme, and like believing in yourself, never giving up. So I really like it. I like all the backstories, and there's just a very intricate plot. The only downside is it's such a long, I would skip filler episodes unless you really like the show, but the anime itself as a whole is really good. Number three would have to be Death Note, the famous Death Note. Only one season. I'm not exactly sure how many episodes. Apparently there is a new Death Note movie coming out that Netflix is hosting, and I am not sure about that. I never actually saw the live action movie either that came out a while ago, but it's, the main character is Light Yagami. He's a high school student, and he discovers this like supernatural notebook that once you write the name of someone in it, they die, and it just covers so many different things, and I just like, he basically, Light attempts to create a world like without any evil people in it, and it's like his definition of like what a good and bad person is, and he sort of plays God. It's really cool. I like the ending. I don't want to spoil anything. It's not a long anime, so you could definitely like binge watch it really quickly. One of like the top rated animes on any list, so I definitely recommend that. I guess it's like a psychological thriller is what I would basically categorize it as. Number four would be another like top rated anime series, which would be Fullmetal Alchemist, specifically the Brotherhood anime. I actually haven't seen the other like original. I know it's on Netflix, or at least it was when I watched it. It's really good. The manga for Fullmetal Alchemist is amazing. It's probably my favorite as well. So it's basically following the story of these two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, and they are searching for the Philosopher's Stone, and it's just, there's a huge backstory. I don't want to give that away either, but it's really good. I loved watching it, even like, and I watched that recently too, so I recommend it to anyone of like any age group. The characters are really good. It kind of wrenches your heart at some parts. And there's quite a bit of action too. So that's another really good one. Number 5 would have to be Soul Eater, which is sort of out there for me in terms of anime. I wouldn't have like picked it off like the top of my, I wouldn't have chosen to watch it. I got recommended it from a friend, and then they're like, oh, you have to watch it, it's really good. And then they linked me, and so I watched it. It says it's set at Death Weapon Meister Academy. The series revolves around 3 teams, each consisting of a weapon meister and a weapon that can transform into a humanoid. Okay, and thus fit for use by the Academy's headmaster Shinigami, the personification of death. They must collect the souls of 99 evil humans and 1 witch in that order. Otherwise, they will have to start all over again. I watched this quite a while ago. I have to remember like the main character. What is his name? Black Star. Yeah. So attending the school are Meister Maka Albarn. It's like the main character is sort of a girl, and she attends the school, and everyone basically has a weapon, which is a humanoid, and they use that to kill, I guess get rid of evil souls. Which sounds really weird, but it's honestly really good, and it's definitely got a lot of, similar to Naruto, with like lots of friendship, lots of good versus evil action kind of thing. But yeah, Maka, she's a really cool character. I hope I'm saying her name right. And then there's also Black Star. He's another like human, and it's set around like several individuals and their own like stories and what they're going on. But yeah, it's really good. I definitely recommend that too. Sorry it's been so long, I can't like properly give a good plot synopsis. Okay, so at number 6 is an anime my sister actually introduced me to called Noragami. And again, it has souls in it too. But also there's a second season, or like a second part that I haven't seen. Yeah, so there's 17 volumes as of July 2016. It's considered like comedy, action, and supernatural. I found it really funny and really cute. And so let me try to like give a short synopsis. As a minor god of calamity, Yato not only has no followers, but does not even hate to have a shrine to his name. In an attempt to become known, he charges only 5 yen to grant the wishes of nearshore dwellers to save for his shrine. Through his missions, he encounters a girl named Hiyori Iki, whose soul frequently slips out of her body, and Yukune, a wandering spirit whom he adopts as his regalia. So again, it has like that whole like weapon thing. That's why I sort of combined it with Soul Eater, because the like thought process behind them are similar in a way. But I really like the relationship that develops between Yato and Hiyori, and it's really funny. It's a really cute anime, so definitely like if you want to be put in a good mood, I recommend watching that. I loved the first season, so at least give that a try. And the artwork is really pretty too. At number 7 is again an old classic. That would be Bleach. Bleach is a very long anime, not as long as Naruto, I don't think. The manga might be around the same length, I don't know. I mainly just watched the anime, and I never finished it, but it's again this whole idea with Shinigami and souls, and Ichigo is the main character. He's a redhead just like Naruto with bright orange hair, and it sort of follows his story becoming a Shinigami and fighting bad guys and stuff, and it's definitely action, supernatural based. It's really good though, and I love, there's so many characters. I've never like seen so many characters in a single anime before, so if you're into that, the artwork is really cool, and I love the openings and the endings. Out of any anime, they're the best. It's only at number 7 though, because I never actually finished the series, but I definitely watched like 200 episodes, so really good. Definitely recommend. Okay, at number 8 would be Fairytail, which is again, it's kind of similar to Naruto. I think it's very out of anything, it's the most similar to Naruto. And it's another action anime. Okay, so it's considered like a shonen, I guess. and it follows the story of Natsu Dragoneel, and he's a teenage wizard. So instead of like Shinigami, they have wizards, and they have different people have different powers and things like that, abilities. But he joins a guild, and it's called Fairytail, and he meets a lot of people, goes on adventures and things like that. It has a lot of episodes. It's really funny, and I like the characters. Yeah, it's hilarious, and basically he's just trying to search for this dragon that raised him, which is how he got his like powers to begin with, and how he became a wizard. This dragon taught him, so he's trying to find that dragon that basically cared for him when he was an infant. And that's sort of like the main plot, but he makes friends along the way, and all this stuff happens, and there's so much into it. It's kind of like Bleach and Naruto, and in that they're just so long. But again, I've seen lots of episodes, and I definitely recommend it. I also watched the series more recently, probably in like 2014, 2015, and it's really good. Okay, number 9 out of my list of top 10 is an oldie but a goodie, Ouran High School Host Club. It's not action, it's not like the other ones that I listed, but it's still really good, and it's very short. It's only 26 episodes, and it aired in 2006, so it's over 10 years old now. But the plot is that Haruhi Fujioka, she gets a scholarship to this prestigious academy, and it's located in Tokyo, but she's really shy. She gets mistaken for a boy because the day before she got bubblegum in her hair and had to cut her hair, and it's basically her being a nerd and being really quiet into herself, discovering a group of friends at the school and finding like more of her identity and you know, friendship. It's all about friendship, and it's kind of funny. It's cute. I like it. My last one is also one of the first mangas I ever read, and that would be Fruits Basket. It's also one of the first animes I ever watched, so it's really old, but I think it's like quintessential short 1-season anime that would be like a good starter, especially for girls. Maybe, I mean, I know guys that like it too, so I would just like look it up and see if you want to watch it. It's really short. So it's an orphan girl that stays with a family because she's really poor and needs somewhere to stay, and this family has ties to the Chinese zodiac, which is cool. I've never like seen that in an anime. It does remind me of Noragami. I think it's the art or like the color, but in sort of the characters as well. But they're basically, the whole family is, they're like this, they live in this really classic Japanese style mansion, basically. Okay, so the Soma family that Toru Honda lives with, they are possessed by the animals of the Chinese zodiac, and so when they're stressed out, when they're weak, when something bad happens, they turn into those animals. And she doesn't know this before moving in or anything like that, but it's basically it just sort of follows her meeting all of the different family members and they all represent each animal in the zodiac, and they all have different personalities and things like that. So basically, she becomes a positive influence on like those people that are cursed. It sort of reminds me of Beauty and the Beast story, where like the Beast is like really upset ever since being turned into a monster, and she brings out the best in him. And so it's sort of like that, but with lots of different characters and lots of different personalities, and it's really interesting, and it's really easy to watch. It's sweet and it's funny at times. It's been so long since I've seen it though, but it's definitely in my top 10. I think it's really cute. Again, so those are all my like top 10 animes. They're all really good. I recommend all of them. I'm currently watching Steins Gate, which just came out a while ago, but I haven't really been into anime that much. I just really wanted to make a list so that maybe I can encourage some of you to get into it. You don't have to be like a weeb or a nerd like to enjoy watching anime. I really like watching it with my sister, and we sort of bonded over that. So yeah, if you want any other suggestions, there's a lot I did not mention in this list that I've also really liked. I know a lot of them were shonen animes and all like action and supernatural based, so if there's something that you want that's more like romance, I recommend Bokura ga Ita. If you want something that's more like purely like darker, I have suggestions for that too. And yeah, leave a comment if like this video if you liked it. If you have any other videos you'd want me to make, let me know. Subscribe if you want to. And yeah, I'll be uploading again soon. I have a vlog coming up, so look forward to that.